Hilton is bringing you more new ways to stay than ever before. With all new places, there's all new experiences to enjoy. Hilton for the stay.
Upset stomach? Iberogast. Indigestion? Iberogast. Bloating? Iberogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Iberogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Iberogast.
Safe Light Repair. Safe Light Replace.
Nobody likes a cracked windshield. But at least you can go to SafeLight.com and schedule a fix in minutes.
Can confirm. Very easy.
SafeLight can come to you for free. And our highly trained techs can replace your windshield right at your home.
Safe Light Repair. Safe Light Replace.
Go to SafeLight.com and schedule a replacement today.
January 6th was a day of love.
New Colbert, CBS tonight. Be a part of the phenomenon.
I've been reading about you, Miss Tassioni.
That has everyone talking. Don't you have a murder to investigate or something?
Funny you should say that.
Who's that?
A witness.
We have a witness in Scotland. I need you on a case.
I'm all in.
Elsbeth returns new CBS Thursday, January 30th, and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Valley-wide Pest Control stops the invasion. For a limited time, ask about our free rodent inspection. Valley-wide Pest Control, the Central Valley's best when it comes to pets.
Get the latest breaking news at yourcentralvalley.com and your pinpoint weather forecast every day. CBS 47 is always available at yourcentralvalley.com. Now, CBS 47 Eyewitness News begins with breaking news.
Breaking news first at 11, the latest on the fires burning in Southern California. Within the past 90 minutes, this fire broke out in Studio City near Hollywood. A 4-story home was on fire. The flames quickly spread to another home and then ignited a brush in that area. 50 firefighters rushed to that home and were able to get that fire out before it grew out of control. No one there was hurt.
And nearby, fire crews are battling an explosive fire in the Hollywood Hills. The Sunset Fire broke out at 5:30 this afternoon, burning 60 acres. Homes near the iconic Hollywood sign and Hollywood Bowl were evacuated. That fire quickly grew to 50 acres. Fire crews appear to be making some headway on this fire, attacking it from the air tonight and dropping lots of water on the flames. The evacuation order stretches all the way to the famed Hollywood Boulevard.
Traffic was bumper to bumper as folks were forced from their Hollywood homes. Police officers even sent in to help with traffic control. Our sister station in Los Angeles, KTLA, has been in continuous coverage covering life-saving information since this fire first began in Pacific Palisades yesterday morning.
Let's take a moment to listen in to their live coverage.
And again, our sister station KTLA has been in continuous coverage since yesterday morning, covering these fires at this hour. Here's some of them. At least 6 of them continue to burn. And tonight, here's what we know. At least 5 people have died in the Eaton fire. That is near Pasadena.
And more than 70,000 people are under evacuation orders. This is a map of all the fires that are burning right now in Los Angeles County. Ashley Sharp continues our coverage from Pasadena.
The deadly Eaton fire ripped through the Altadena Senior Center north of Pasadena, where residents had to evacuate before flames swept through. As wildfires engulf large parts of Los Angeles County, entire neighborhoods along the Pacific Coast and inland have burned to the ground.
Please, we need your prayers. We need your thoughts of healing.
First reported a day ago, the Eaton fire quickly exploded into an inferno, forcing tens of thousands of people to flee to safety. In Pacific Palisades, the most destructive fire in Los Angeles history is burning out of control.
We're absolutely not out of danger yet.
Very little has been spared. Home after home, on street after street, lay in ruins.
It's going to take a lot of effort and a lot of time, but I love Pacific Palisades, and I really trust in my home to come back together and rebuild.
Unusually dry January weather and hurricane-force gusts from the Santa Ana winds fueled this fire's catastrophic growth. The Los Angeles area is in one of its worst dry stretches in nearly 150 years.
All the hillsides and the fuels and the brush are very susceptible to a spark right now, and we're seeing explosive fire growth. We are systematically battling these historic conditions to the best of our ability.
Dale Short, who is 91, says he lost his Pasadena home of 6 decades.
It's my whole life.
Everything was in there.
Wednesday night, a new fire broke out in the Hollywood Hills area of Los Angeles. The city's mayor, Karen Bass, warned that more people may receive orders to evacuate in the hours ahead. In that event, she urged them to leave their homes immediately. Ashley Sharp, CBS News, Pasadena, California.
And we were dealing with some of the wind yesterday in the Sierra, but thankfully the wind has weakened in the mountains. And for those of you in the valley, you never felt any of that wind. And we've also had some rain so far this season. We've had some snow in the higher elevation. So, of course, that also helps us out in Central California. Let's give you a look outside with our Table Mountain Sky Valley Cam network. This is going to be a time lapse from our CBS 47 studio camera showing the sunshine that we got after a few morning clouds. We also felt warmer than average temperatures, but as we head into tonight, we are talking about chilly temperatures. It's 43 degrees in Fresno now, although we already have 30s. If you were in Hanford, 39 degrees. Foothills, you're dropping down to the 30s, and in Shaver Lake, temperatures already in the 20s. Here's a look at the next 24 hours. Temperatures stay near 40 by midnight, low 40s at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Patchy fog possible, and then 57 at 5 p.m. I will be going over a freeze warning for parts of the valley tonight in your pinpoint weather forecast coming up. But first, we'll send it back to Brian and Catherine.
Lauren, thank you. More Central Valley first responders are on their way to the Southern California inferno.
And many are there right now. Some of our local heroes on the front lines of this fire. CBS 47's Jason Toktagian talked with the Fresno Battalion Chief who is in Malibu.
I spoke to a Fresno firefighter in LA, and he hasn't been there for long, but he says that his life has already been put in danger.
A lot of active firefighting still going on. Very short-staffed, having some troubles with water.
Central Valley first responders assisting fire crews in Southern California with catastrophic wildfires that seem to just keep coming.
Reported to Malibu, and once we got our assignment, drove across Pacific Coast Highway, significant damage in the area, quite a few power lines down, both homes, commercial buildings damaged and or destroyed.
Lupe Fernandez with Fresno Fire says other fire departments from Clovis, Porterville, and Kings County are also in the thick of the firefight.
Everybody's wearing safety glasses all day long because we've got dust and dirt and debris blowing around, and we don't want to get impacted by it.
Fernandez arrived in Southern California less than 24 hours ago, and he had a terrifying encounter with the driving force behind the inferno.
This morning when we were traveling from our initial reporting location to Malibu, we had one of our engines came around a corner, was hit by the wind, impacted it. We were fearful it was going to go off the road. Driver was able to maintain control, get it back on the road, and we were able to continue.
More help is on the way. The American Red Cross Central Valley chapter is sending at least 3 volunteers to LA.
My supervisor says, well, are you ready to go? I said, oh yeah, any minute. I'm always packed.
Dana learned just a few hours prior to our interview that she was needed to assist a Red Cross shelter housing fire victims.
We're there to help the folks that have been displaced because of the fire, give them some support, because most of the time people think that they're alone, and they don't even realize that there are folks out there that really care a lot about them.
Now there's still much work to be done to save more homes and lives.
We've done a lot of prep work on homes, getting ready for in case the fire does come through, as well as some contingency plans. We're working adjacent with multiple different resources and strike teams. We built a plan today, and so we're ready to execute it should we need to.
Fernandez tells me that he isn't sure how much longer him and his crew will be stationed in Malibu. In the studio, Jason Toktagian, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
We're also learning tonight a historic ranch house that belonged to actor and social commentator Will Rogers was destroyed by the Palisades fire. This is at the Will Rogers State Park. Park officials say some historical artifacts were removed from the home ahead of the fire. Rogers Ranch was built on the land that he bought in the 1920s. His wife donated it to California State Parks in 1944. The fires are sparking another concern tonight.
An explosion in the cost of home insurance policies. The fires come just as the state insurance commissioner proposed new rules requiring insurance carriers to offer coverage of homes in high-risk areas with a trade-off of increased prices. Former insurance commissioner and current member of Congress, John Garamendi, says insurance companies will use the LA fires to raise policy prices for everyone.
Every homeowner, every business in California will be affected by this fire. There's going to be a major effort by the insurance companies to use this fire and other fires to jack up the rates.
There is a 1-year protection for homeowners in fire zones. A fire insurance company cannot deny renewal to people in a high-risk fire zone or in the surrounding zip codes. For continuing coverage of the Southern California wildfires, be sure and stay with Eyewitness News on air and online at yourcentralvalley.com. Prosecutors in the South Valley are already using Prop 36 to their advantage.
Tulare County District Attorney Tim Ward says his team has filed dozens of felony charges that without Prop 36 would have been misdemeanors. CBS 47's Catherine Phillips live in studio with updates on the cases and why a criminal defense attorney disagrees with what the DA is saying tonight. Kat.
Well, Brian and Catherine, the DA believes this will help deter shoplifters now that punishments have increased, but not everyone sees it that way.
The gig is up, and I don't mean to be flippant about it, but the reality is, we have filed felony charges on people that would otherwise have just been cited and released on a misdemeanor petty theft.
In just the few weeks since mid-December when Prop 36 went into effect, Tulare County District Attorney Tim Ward says he and his team of prosecutors have already filed charges on 13 defendants for felony theft that would have been a misdemeanor under Prop 47 and 12 defendants for felony drug possession. And Ward says this is what the people want. California voters said yes to November's ballot measure on Prop 36, which reverses substantial parts of Prop 47. Prop 36 lets prosecutors file felony charges for possessing certain drugs if defendants have 2 previous drug convictions, and lets them do the same for thefts under $950. Also, if the defendant has 2 prior theft convictions. Ward says it allows for a better path for drug treatment, something he says people weren't encouraged to do under Prop 47.
We had people dying in our sidewalks across our state, and we were turning a blind eye to it. So I think Prop 36 was a very compassionate look at that aspect of Prop 47.
However, Fresno area criminal defense attorney David Mugridge disagrees. He says Prop 36 does nothing to get to the root cause of crime and is far from compassionate.
Because it's easy to say, yeah, let's be tough on crime, but we've only got so many beds in a prison.
He thinks the higher punishments will do little to deter shoplifters and ultimately will just pack more people into California's prisons.
Proposition 36 was a result, I think, of a lot of people that were very concerned because it seemed to them like people were running into the store every other day and committing new crimes, and there was nothing to stop them.
Now, when it comes to the business side of things in that community, the DA says he thinks this will really be helpful for them. He says Prop 36 allows for what's essentially a restraining order banning the defendant from coming back to the business. Live in the studio, Catherine Phillips, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Catherine, thank you. New at 11 in southwest Fresno, a UPS truck ended up on its side after colliding with a semi-truck. It happened around 2 this afternoon at the Highway 99 exit at Olive Avenue. No injuries were reported. Coming up here on Eyewitness News at 11, felony charges filed against a suspected drunk driver in a crash in Fresno that left 2 men dead.
And again, more information on that crash that happened involving that UPS truck. We'll talk about that on the way. And as we head to break, another live picture of one of the fires burning tonight in Los Angeles County. We're back in about 60 seconds.
All around us, events unfolding. Start your day with breaking news from the break of dawn to prepare you for the day ahead with Anthony Bailey, Medeiros Bad. With you from First Light, investigative journalism, up-to-date pinpoint weather, on air and online. The Valley's only AMT, Anthony and Medeiros, on Eyewitness News this morning. Weekdays from 5 to 7 on CBS 47.
Football practice? Check. Away games? Check. Ballet recital? Check. Your part-time ride-sharing service, part-time short-order chef, part-time dad joke comedian, and full-time busy dad.
Fortunately, you found the perfect vehicle at Grupetti Automotive to help you carry the load. Any questions? Ask Mom. It's 2025 and all 2024 models must be sold. Our sacrifice is your reward. Hurry in and take advantage of savings now at all of our dealerships.
We are stepping right through the Orwellian looking glass. With Trump, hate is love, violence is peace, nugget is food.
All new CBS tonight.
Join CBS 47 Cyber Safe Parent program at yourcentralvalley.com under education.
This is CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
The Fresno County District Attorney's Office has filed murder charges against 36-year-old Joel Campbell, the man who they say killed 2 men in a Monday night crash.
We were able to get surveillance video of when that crash happened. We've blurred part of the video, but we want to warn you, it might be disturbing to some viewers. Investigators say that Joel Campbell was speeding down Belmont Avenue towards Palm Avenue, and that Campbell ran a red light, causing him to crash into a Chevy pickup. Inside that pickup, 71-year-old Robert Castro and 62-year-old Raymond Sandoval both died from their injuries. An investigation also revealed that Campbell was nearly 3 times over the legal limit to drive. And this is not Campbell's first conviction. Back in 2010, he had an alcohol-related driving offense and a driving under the influence of drugs violation. And that was back in 2021. He's scheduled to be arraigned tomorrow. A nightmare in the North Valley. 3 people, including 2 small children, were killed in an early morning house fire in Delhi.
That fire broke out around 1:30 this morning. A dad, his 2 kids, and the family dog all died in that fire. Names have not been released tonight, but we're told the kids were both around the age of 10. News about this tragedy is really hitting neighborhood hard.
Felt like a nightmare that one last night, and it still feels like it. It feels like it's not ending. It just feels like it just seems so unfair. I just can't get everything out of my head.
That's Daniela Lopez, a neighbor. You can just hear how painful that is in her voice. The cause of this fire is still under investigation.
Some young athletes took time out from practice to do a bit of reading today.
It's like going back into the 2nd, 3rd grade again.
You'll see how they gave back to a Boys and Girls Club in Fresno right after your Pinpoint weather forecast.
And we are going to be feeling chilly temperatures overnight, so tomorrow morning is going to start out quite chilly. Near 40 at 6 a.m., noon temperature 54, and I expect to top out close to 60 again tomorrow. I will be going over the freeze warning for parts of the valley tonight in your Pinpoint weather forecast next.
All around us, events unfolding. Start your day with breaking news from the break of dawn to prepare you for the day ahead. Investigative journalism, Pinpoint weather on Eyewitness News this morning.
Get ready. The Central Valley's largest home furnishings destination is coming soon to Fresno. Living Space's newest location is opening soon next to the River Park Shopping Center. Be one of the first to shop the latest styles in furniture and decor, all at incredible prices and ready for free delivery. You'll also find all the top mattress brands under one roof inside the Living Spaces Sleep Center. Visit us at livingspaces.com/Fresno for more updates and grand opening details.
Living Spaces.
It's the 15th annual RV show at the Best RV Center in Turlock, offering huge discounts on all 2025 models from Class A, B, and C to travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and more. We've got them all. For the best selection at the best prices, visit bestrv.com today.
Here's a New Year's resolution that will make you money. Invest in a new Lennox system from Donald P. Dick and reduce energy bills now. Plus, you may be eligible for tax credits and rebates for high-efficiency models that include free upgrades, like a smart thermostat. If your AC is over 10 years old, your refrigerant is likely outdated, and your system is more expensive to work on. Don't wait until something goes wrong. Make your New Year's resolution today, and Donald P. Dick will provide 5-year free financing on Lennox, and every system installed includes a 10-year parts and labor warranty. Only Donald P. Dick has 0% financing, up to 30% energy savings, 55 years of experience, 12 People's Choice Awards, and Lennox, the best-selling system in the Valley. Affordable, high-quality Lennox and 5 years of free financing. Call Mr. Cool at 255-1644. That's 255-1644 for Donald P. Dick Air Conditioning.
We
We are EPU. Look at all we do. EPU offers support to parents that can be vital in navigating your family's unique journey. Connect with EPU staff, other parents, and share your challenges and triumphs. At EPU, you belong. Contact us today.
Stay informed, stay connected with the Valley Cam Network, presented by Table Mountain Sky. Now, your CBS 47 pinpoint weather forecast.
Welcome back. New satellite images are showing the extent of damage from the Eaton and the Palisades fire in Los Angeles County. And we've certainly seen a lot of devastation, destruction from the fire. We still have very breezy wind down south. A little bit closer to home, the good news for us is the wind that we were feeling in the Sierra yesterday has certainly weakened, and we are going to be feeling the weaker wind at least for the next couple of days. Temperature-wise, today in the valley, most of you topped out close to 60, 61 in Fresno, 54 is the average high temperature, so running a little bit mild. We are going to be feeling mild temperatures for the next several afternoons, but the overnight lows will be a completely different story. I'll go over that in just a moment. Right now, it's already down to 43 in Fresno. Merced, same thing, but if you're in Hanford, you have 39 degrees, close to freezing right now in Oakhurst. Here's a look at a freeze warning that we have in effect until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. This is for parts of the South Valley stretching down into Kern County. We'll zoom in a little more and show you exactly who's included. So this is for far southern Kings County, southern Tulare County, right along Highway 99. So Pixley, Early Mart, you are included in this. We are talking about temperatures dropping down potentially to be below the freezing point tonight. And the farther away from city centers you are, the more rural areas, that's where we're expecting the coldest temperatures. We're also going to be watching for areas of fog, some patchy dense fog. I don't expect it to be widespread, but just like the last couple of mornings, it will be out there as you're traveling tomorrow morning. Here's a look at the last 12 hours with our radar satellite loop. We did start out with a little bit of cloud cover this morning, and then a lot of the clouds cleared out. We were able to see plenty of afternoon sunshine. For the next couple of days, I do expect to see the afternoon sunshine. Let's go through that with our forecast starting out at 11 o'clock this evening. Tonight, we're going to stay mostly clear. Again, chilly temperatures, patchy fog possible. That's 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Lots of afternoon sunshine. That'll help to heat us back up, and we still will feel the above average high temperatures tomorrow. So more 60s on the way for many of you. That's 7 tomorrow evening. Thursday night, a clear night, patchy fog possible again heading into your Friday morning. And then for the rest of your Friday, expect sunshine and temperatures bump up again to be well into the 60s. So for tonight, if you're in Los Banos, you're going to drop to be very close to the freezing point, but you'll rebound tomorrow to 61 degrees. In Merced, 36 tonight, 60 degrees tomorrow. Mendota down to 30 tonight, 58 tomorrow. Fresno 39 tonight, 60 tomorrow afternoon. In the South Valley, Coalinga, another spot close to freezing tonight. You'll be at 59 tomorrow afternoon. Porterville, we have 36 on the way for you tonight, and then 62 degrees tomorrow. In the foothills, in Mariposa, 37 tonight, 60 tomorrow. North Fork, 35 tonight, 60 tomorrow afternoon. Three Rivers, 38 tonight. You'll be at 60 tomorrow. Yosemite Valley, low 50s tomorrow. Sequoia National Park will be in the low 40s. And your air quality forecast tomorrow, moderate across the valley. We do have burning restrictions, so no burning unless you have a registered clean burning device. Here's your extended forecast. Patchy fog for the next couple of mornings, and then temperatures will be in the 60s in the afternoon hours, really feeling that peak on Friday. By the weekend, we start cooling down. We'll be in the upper 50s, and then early next week, I expect to stay in the upper 50s. In the Sierra, again, weaker wind for the next couple of days. We'll be in the low 50s through Friday. This weekend, we do get a little bit cooler. Temperatures drop to the 40s, and we'll stay there for early next week. So overall, we do have fairly quiet weather the next few days. It's really just watching the temperatures. The overnight lows are going to be chilly for us.
Yeah, it is cold outside right now.
It is already cooling down.
Yeah. All right, Lauren.
Thank you. And new at 11, students from Fresno Unified's Farber Educational Campus read to the young members of the East Fresno Boys and Girls Club. It's their way of saying thanks for the club letting them use their gym for basketball practice.
It's our first year under Farber doing this, so we wanted to start off with just getting these young men established and connected with community members, because a lot of times that's who's gonna uplift us, right?
It means a lot because as a youngin', I came here growing up playing basketball here, so I know all the foundation that's been here, so it's great to get back to the community.
I love my community. I love the kids, man. We give back, give them a little hope. You know what I'm saying? It's great.
And along with reading to the students, there was also a gift raffle, including a bike and a helmet.
Coming up next in sports, a former Bulldog has some big plans for the off-season. The latest on the Fresno State legend who is moving back to town next in Sports Central.
When news breaks, trust News Nation to be there.
There's just such a feeling of devastation.
News Nation, with affiliate KTLA, was the first cable news network on the scene.
The reach of Nexstar is one of the biggest assets that News Nation has.
With 6,000 journalists across the country, News Nation is there.
It's going from bad to worse, and the relentless wind, it's not gonna let up.
When it matters to all Americans, trust News Nation.
It's a circus of cash, free play, and fantastic prizes. It's Table Mountain's $350,000 Cirque de Cash. Play Juggling Jackpot stage game. 20 winners can win up to 10, 15, even 20 grand cash. Play your favorite games with the rewards card to earn entries and be here on the 26th. Lucky days, epic nights, Cirque de Cash. Only at Table Mountain Casino Resort.
You feel comfortable and safe in your car.
But get hurt in a car wreck and your life can shatter like glass.
So make your first call to the Curtis Legal Group.
When you've been helping the injured as long as we have, you're really good at it.
Our experience means one call can fix it all and get you much more.
Don't let a wreck your life. Call the Curtis Legal Group.
The heavy hitters are the way to go. Call 1-800-LAW-3080.
Car wreck, when the answer is this clear,
why would you choose anyone else?
Did you know you can choose your Medi-Cal health plan? With a low or no-cost healthcare plan for everything from doctor visits to mental health. Choose Calviva Health, the Central Valley's choice for Medi-Cal.
CBS 47 is on your side. Contact us for Eyewitness News Investigates.
When selecting new cabinets, focus on both functionality and quality to ensure long-lasting satisfaction.
Go to yourcentralvalley.com/pros who know for more expert advice.
All around us, events unfolding. Start your day with breaking news. From the break of dawn to prepare you for the day ahead. With Anthony Bailey, Medeiros Bab. With you from First Light. Investigative journalism, up-to-date pinpoint weather, on air and online. The Valley's only AMT, Anthony and Medeiros. On Eyewitness News This Morning. Weekdays from 5 to 7 on CBS 47. Now, Sports Central. Presented by Toyota.
Fresno State legend Derek Carr has completed his 11th NFL season. Carr's injuries sidelined him for 7 games on the Saints' schedule this year. He was 5-5 as a starter in 2024, and the Saints did not win a game with their backup quarterbacks. The former Bulldog has 2 years left on the free agent deal he signed with the Saints before the 2023 season, and the great shared his plans for the offseason to get healthy and to move his family to the Central Valley to their forever home. Here's Derek Carr with more.
Moving into our place in Fresno, excited about that for my kids to finally have a place they can call home, because instead of we've moved a lot, and they've been asking me where are we going to grow up forever, and so we always told them Fresno, and now we get to do that, and so they're excited about that, and so I'm excited about those things in the off season. Football takes a little bit of a back seat, when it's family time.
Fresno State women's hoops taking on San Jose State. Mia Jacobs led the way with 32 points and 10 rebounds. She now has over 1,000 career points. The Dogs earned their first conference win of the season, 77-64, the final score. Clovis West boys hoops in action hosting St. Joseph. The Knights lost the Central Section title to Clovis North last year. Fresno State commit DJ Stickman showing off the versatility early with the steal. Then the coast-to-coast bucket. Golden Eagles now trailing by 11, though they keep fighting in this one. Stickman this time with the fake, then the feed to Jaron Mayberry inside for the score, but it's all Knights. Clovis West falls in this one 96-67. Keep an eye out for the Buchanan boys basketball program. Through non-league play, the Bears have posted their best record in almost a decade with 16 wins so far. Heading into track play, they expect to contend for a title after building early season momentum.
We have a certain level of confidence, but we also know that we haven't achieved anything until we get into track and actually get some wins and victories. But I think our kids feel that they can compete with anybody. We know that the teams in the tracks are all really good, and we're just going to try to get out there and do the best we can.
I mean, anyone could beat anyone on any night, so we take every game very seriously and prepare the best we can. But every time we come on the court, we want to be the hardest playing team, the toughest team, and we think that if we do that, we could beat any team.
And that's going to do it for sports. Back to you.
Angeli, thank you. Still to come here tonight, the very latest on the fires burning in Southern California.
2 new fires erupted tonight. More residents forced to flee their homes. We'll have the very latest coming up next.
Where can you kick off the new year with gig speed and big savings? Only with Xfinity. Get gig internet at home for $25 a month when you add Xfinity Mobile, which connects you to gig speed Wi-Fi on the road. Save more than $650 over AT&T and Verizon. Plus, hurry and get a free 5G phone. So save big and stay connected with gig speed internet and mobile. From home to hotspots, this new year, it's all about savings on gig speeds. Visit Xfinity.com/gig savings today.
If you're at home right now and you're suffering from burning, tingling, or numb feet, you need to pay special attention to this next segment as we discuss neuropathy.
What is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is actually nerve damage to the feet and the legs primarily.
And what are the symptoms?
The major symptoms we see are numbness, burning, muscle cramps, problems with your balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It is absolutely treatable, and we can get some great results.
If you're experiencing burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands, or having balance issues, call today for your nerve damage screening. Your nerve damage screening will tell you if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our innovative treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe there is nothing that can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 25 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Act now and call to schedule your nerve damage screening. First 25 callers receive this screening for free.
If you've been hurt in an accident and you need results, call Sweet James. Here are just some of the recent wins for our injured clients. Call the firm that wins big. Call Sweet James.
It definitely can be the envy of the neighborhood. We have had customers where they change their garage door and it's completely different from the whole neighborhood, and then their neighbors start calling. They call Precision.
My favorite garage door right now is actually our flush panel wood plank doors. Very modern.
White long panel, windows or no windows, that's my favorite.
No, definitely not an actor.
No, I forget my line.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
My car just hit me out of nowhere. My back was hurting, my neck was hurting. I called Jacoby & Myers. Hiring Jacoby & Myers was the best choice that I made. They genuinely cared of how I was feeling, how I was doing. Because of the settlement, I was able to spend more time with my family. Jacoby & Myers, for the justice you deserve.
This is another live look from Los Angeles County, where fire crews are working around the clock to battle multiple fires tonight. Those fires have consumed a total of about 42 square miles. That's nearly the size of the entire city of San Francisco. Firefighters from Fresno, Merced, and multiple Valley cities are in Southern California helping to fight those flames. Also, the American Red Cross of the Central Valley has sent volunteers to help the tens of thousands of evacuees.
And the largest fire is still the one that started yesterday morning around 10:30 in the morning. That is the fire at Pacific Palisades near Santa Monica. It is responsible for burning nearly 3,000 acres. More than 1,000 structures in that area have been destroyed. The newest fire is the one that is burning right now in Hollywood Hills, but fire crews are getting a good handle on that fire. Right now it stands at about 60 acres. And as you know, 5 people died in the Eaton fire that is near Pasadena. Several people were also injured in that fire. And the newest fire was the Studio City fire, which was burning tonight, a couple of houses and some brush, but thankfully about 50 firefighters were able to get that put out. We will have continued coverage on yourcentralvalley.com and of course continued coverage starting here on TV at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning.
And time for one last check of the weather with Lauren.
All right, yesterday we were talking all about the wind in the mountains and in the foothills, but today a much calmer day, and we're going to stay a little bit quieter for the next few days. We will be seeing areas of patchy fog for the next couple of mornings. Afternoon highs are going to be warming up. We will warm up to the mid-60s by your Friday. However, overnight lows are going to be very chilly. In fact, parts of southern Kings and Tulare counties have a freeze warning for tonight. This weekend, high temperatures start to drop back. We'll be in the upper 50s, and we will stay there for early next week. In the Sierra, plenty of sunshine, low 50s for the next couple of days. We'll drop back to the 40s this weekend, and then we do get a little bit cooler early next week, mid-40s on Monday, and then we start warming up, but stay in the 40s for your Tuesday and Wednesday.
And that will do it for this edition of Eyewitness News at 11.
Stay tuned for The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Have a great night.
Adventist Health is here with cardiology expertise. The best possible care to keep your heart healthy and strong and help you reach all the mores you were made for.
The legendary Gladys Knight, January 17th, Table Mountain Casino Resort.
With Fargo, your virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, you can access your FICO score in a snap.
I mean, what I would give to be able to make art on this scale.
You will one day. But it's equally important for you to be thinking about your future, building credit.
Dad. Fargo, what's my FICO score?
Wow, it's a work of art.
Do you, Fargo?
That was corny, but I'll take it.
You can. Visit wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Football practice? Check. Away games? Check. Ballet recital? Check. Your part-time ride-sharing service? Part-time short-order chef? Part-time dad joke comedian, and full-time busy dad. Fortunately, you found the perfect vehicle at Grupetti Automotive to help you carry the load. Any questions? Ask Mom. It's 2025 and all 2024 models must be sold. Our sacrifice is your reward. Hurry in and take advantage of savings now at all of our dealerships.
I'm Adair Stab, and you're watching CBS 47.
It's The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Tonight, it's not easy being Greenland. Plus, Stephen welcomes Alan Cumming and Diane Morgan. Featuring Louis Cada and The Late Show Band. And now, live on tape from the Ed Sullivan Theater in New York City, it's Stephen Colbert.
Please have a seat, my friends. Welcome, welcome one and all in here, out there, all around the world to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Folks, tonight, as I speak, Los Angeles is being ravaged by sudden, out-of-control wildfires, especially in the neighborhoods of Malibu, Altadena, and Pacific Palisades. Thousands of people have been forced to evacuate, and they don't know when they'll be able to return home. Now, for an idea of the scale of this fire, here's a photo a reporter took from a plane above Los Angeles 24 hours ago. And since then, wind gusts up to 100 miles an hour have spread the fire explosively, and authorities do not know when they'll have it under control. Now, we know people of Los Angeles are resourceful and kind, and they're doing everything they can to help one another. And we here want to send our love and concern to all of the residents of Los Angeles who are facing what is being described as the most destructive fire in the city's history. And if you follow this QR code right here, if you want to help, it'll take you to a list of some of the organizations that you can help address the needs of the people affected by these fires. Thank you for doing that. Yeah. Now, Other parts of the country are dealing with a different kind of crisis due to record cold. Just ask the good people here in New York. Yes, the people in this audience. They nearly got frostbite waiting to get in here. Where they can be even colder. The southern states are being hit especially hard right now. In Kentucky, temperatures were in the teens, which was colder than Anchorage, Alaska. Wow. Someone should really check on Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell, and oh no, he's already frozen. Just do something. The deep south, a deep freeze is so bad, even Texas is under a winter storm watch. And just to stay warm, Texans have been forced to huddle around a shirtless Glenn Powell. Speaking of natural disasters, Donald Trump, yesterday,